Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my channel Engineering Technical Program Series. Today I am going to discuss a most valuable electronic components which I have found very helpful in switching electrical circuits. In last lesson you have seen how a coil and iron core becomes magnet and pulls iron objects towards its center. This magnetic behavior is utilized here. I have arranged three pieces of magnetic contactors here. One is this big one. There are bigger than this one. This is the medium, or you say a small one here. There are smaller than this magnetic contactor also, and this magnetic contactor I have kept it open to show you its internal components. Okay, I am going to open this magnetic contactor. This is its cover, upper cover. Okay, this is the upper core with a spring. This spring keeps it upward. When the current is not here, it keeps it upward. With this upper core, these are fiber or plastic, and here you see 4 pins you are seeing. This is the contact pin. One side of this contact is on the left side and other is on the right side. Okay, these contact pins are like this one. However, this is magnet coil. This is magnet coil 220. It is 220 transformer. This is its inner core. Okay, magnetic contactor coil connection I have made. I am again fitting this in its original form. Okay, then I shall keep it. As it was, and I am closing the upper case enclosure. I have made connections to coils point, which is here and it is here, but in other transformer you will see the connection point on different places. You have to check it by multimeter and find where it is located. As for example, here you do not see any connection point, but where it is, yes, it is indicated A1 and A2. This one A and this one. These two is the connection point of coil connection point. Okay. Here it is here. I am not going to tight it. Just I want to show you when I make the connection on, it will at once pull. Yeah, you have seen that the plant magnet both core has been closed. Okay. Okay. Acha. You may want to see this pulling. How it is pulling. Off. Okay. You may think, what is the function of magnetic contactors and why it is used? Its function is like an electrical switch. You have seen so many switches, which we all know what the switch does. One terminal of a switch is connected to any AC line, and the other one is connected to our bulb, fan, or small appliances. This is very small switch. However, one plate is in position, it is off, so it is in open position. But when we press it here, this switch contacts both the pins and the connection is made. But have you ever guessed how big load of heavy motor or heater is making on and off? Is there any big switch which can be used by hand? Moreover, sometimes it will require to off or on a circuit of a heavy motor within minutes. We were then to appoint a switchman with a stopwatch and ask him to close the circuit after each 5 minutes and again to reopen it after 30 seconds. Is it possible? Not possible at all. But magnetic contactor is doing the job efficiently and electrical timers are controlling the time. Understand? Now it is necessary to know the functional capacity of any magnetic contactor. These are all 220. That is 220 means its coil is 220. As you see here, this is 230 volt, 50 hertz, 50 to 60 hertz. That is, you can put 220 line in this magnetic contactor, and this smaller one is also 220, but is not written here. However, it is written somewhere here. It is also 220, and the big one which I have opened is also 220. Its coil is also 220. Yeah, 220, 230 volt. Okay, but the main important thing you have to know is you must see its functional capacity. That is, that is voltage. You have learned voltage is written here. Here it is written on this number plate. Okay, but you have to know how much amps it is. It is very small. Somewhere it is written 20 amps. It is written 20 amps. Okay, yeah, 820 amps. This is this was that was 10 amps. It was 10 amps. Okay. What does it mean? 10 amps, 20 amps, 30 amps. What is known? It means that this magnetic contactor can hold 20 amps of load. This one can hold only 10 amps of load. But you are not to give 20 amps. In my suggestion, I suggest you to give not more than 15 to 16 amps of load in this magnetic contactor, and here 7 to 8 amps is sufficient, so it will run very long. If you give big load, the either the coil may burn sometime, or that happens. Other magnetic contactors are known as 110, 440 volt DC. What does it mean 1 by 100, 110? You see that construction of 110 magnetic contactor will be the same. The only changes is in its coil. That is, if it is 110, it should be 110 coil. There is coil inside, which I have shown you. That's the problem with a coil. And if it's 440, then it will be 440 AC coil. And in some magnetic contactor, if it is DC, it will be written DC. How many volts? Okay. One thing you must know that in 440, we normally know that there are 3 phases, and so we call it 440. But when you are going to make connection here on these 2 points, of coil, you should connect only 2 phase, not 3 phase, 2 phase, 2 pins, that is 2 phase. Okay, a coil should be made only 2 phase. The most important function of a magnetic contactor is its NO and NC connections. As you see here, it is written NO front, NO, NC, that's NC, NC, NO. That it has 2 NO and 2 NC connection points. The NO and NC I have very clearly told you in my last lesson what is in transform lesson. However, this NO stands, this is normally off. That is, if current is not here, it is off. And NC means, here you see, I have used some bulbs. This is the NC. Yeah, NC. This is the NC point, and it is the NO point. Okay. What it means, when I shall give current, it will be on. You see, I have given current. current is coming to this magnetic contactor, but it is the bulb is connected because it is NC point. Okay, but when I give line to magnetic contactor, it will this will be off. This maybe will be off. For a better view of light, I have closed the flashlight. Now you see, in NC it is giving you red light, that is NC, normally connected line. Now I am giving line to magnetic contactor coil. I am giving line to magnetic contactor coil. Yeah. Now what you have seen, that this yellow bulb has lightened, and that is the NO point is now on and NC point is off. You again see, yeah, this red light is on, yellow is off. As soon as magnetic contactor pulls its core, it is going to be, red light is going to be off and yellow is on. Okay, these NC and NO connection is very important, and most often you will require only NO line in most of the circuits, especially particularly in my machineries. But in some machineries where automatic is required, then you will use it this type of contactor with NO and NC. Okay. Now it is clear that this NC and NO clear. Now I will say, I want to say that giving excess load to its rated capacity or supply voltage. For example, supply voltage is 220, and if you are giving 300 volt, then normally the coil may burn, or if the load is too high, that is in place of 20 amps you are putting load of 30 amps, then it will be a load on the coil and it may burn. So to avoid this, you should check the nameplate of all magnetic contactor and give load lower than this rated capacity written. Now sometimes if the magnetic contactor is lying idle for many time, or the weather is humid like ours in our country, after some time you will listen some undesirable sound is coming from inside the magnetic contactor. Why it happens and how you should make it correct. You see, after lying idle, sometime a rust will be accumulated on these points of core because it is iron on these two places, or dust is accumulated here. So the coil cannot fix permanently, and there is making a gap. A gap is between these two cores, so sound will be coming. You are just to open it. You just remove the dust, and if the dust is more thick, you use sandpaper lightly, and you just sand these three pin point of lower core, and to this three pin point of upper core, and that sound will be stop. It will be not come more. Secondly, it may happen that everything is okay, magnetic conductor coil is okay, but you are not getting the connection. So of any pin or two or three pins, you are not getting connection. What can be, and why you can make it fit? You will take out these pin systems. Just open the magnetic contactor, take out pins from here, these points, okay, and dust carbon or many times carbon may come or rust may come. You just simply open it and clean the points. These points are small points, as you say. I am not going. I can't. These are the points. Okay, here, and these contact points. You just rinse it on a paper. And try to fit it. If it is okay, then you should use, otherwise you discard it. In machine, I never used second hand magnetic contactor. I always use new one, and big manufacturers. It is Telemechanical of France, and this I don't know. Country of origin is not mentioned here. However, the sellers say it is. I have found it. It is French made. French. I cannot show you, but it is legit France. Yeah. It is French made. It is both are French made. Okay. Now Chinese conductors are in the market also. Anyhow, this was my lesson, and I think I have tried my best to show you in this video. Although it normally it takes a lot of time, but to make short the video, I am not going in much detail. However, I think you have learned it, and if you have any problem in learning more, you are welcome to address me. By this time, by now, have you? I want to know that have you subscribed my this program or these channels. I shall like that you should share it to your mind persons so they may also get some knowledge. And I shall be pleased if you mention from which country you are viewing my lessons. Thanking you and welcome to my next lesson, that is relay.